The richest people in America are packing their bags, and they aren't moving to New York penthouses or Miami beaches anymore. Private jets are landing in a small, historic town in Tennessee that most people couldn't find on a map 10 years ago. This is the story of how a quiet southern suburb became the new sanctuary for California's fleeing elite. From tax refugees to tech moguls, billions of dollars are flowing into one specific zip code as it transforms cow pastures into gated fortresses. This shift is happening because of a looming 2026 tax law, a secret golf club, and a complete reshaping of the American dream. To understand why they are arriving, we must first understand what they are escaping. California has long held the title for the highest state income tax in the nation by taking 13.3% from top earners. The conversation shifted from expensive to confiscatory in early 2026. A proposed wealth tax aimed at taxing assets rather than just income sent a shockwave through Silicon Valley and Hollywood. A simple 5% tax on net worth is a fortune rather than a bill for a billionaire. The math became undeniable. Staying in Los Angeles or San Francisco could cost a high net worth individual tens of millions of dollars annually just for the privilege of a zip code. The state lost its appeal, and the exit doors swung open. They needed a place that offered zero state income tax, along with pro-business policies and total anonymity. They found their answer 20 miles south of Nashville. Franklin, Tennessee looks like a movie set because it often acts as one. Main Street is preserved with brick sidewalks and Victorian architecture that is aggressively maintained to feel like a cleaner version of America's past. Locals often call it Disney for adults because there is no graffiti and the lawns are manicured with military precision. Franklin feels like a hallucination for a celebrity tired of stepping over problems on the sidewalk in Venice Beach. It offers aggressive normalcy. Williamson County lies beneath this historic veneer and is now one of the wealthiest counties in the United States. It has become a fortress of wealth wrapped in Southern hospitality rather than just another suburb. We should break down the finances because this migration is calculated down to the cent. Tennessee is one of the few states with absolutely zero state income tax on wages. Moving from California to Franklin is an instant raise of over $1.3 million annually for a CEO earning $10 million a year. That amount is enough to buy a new luxury home every few years just with the tax savings. The savings are exponential for the billionaire class. The move protects generational wealth when you factor in capital gains and the lack of a state estate tax. They are buying a tax shield rather than just a farmhouse. That state-level zero becomes the single most valuable asset in their portfolio in 2026, with federal rates fluctuating. It is the only investment that guarantees a 13% return immediately. Subscribe to the channel if you are finding this breakdown of the billionaire migration fascinating. We track wealth trends and economic shifts every single week. We can now look at the secret club where these new residents actually live. The richest arrivals are buying into Troubadour instead of houses on the street. The Troubadour Golf and Field Club is the ultimate gated community located just outside Franklin and College Grove. It is a private world developed by the Discovery Land Company, which is famous for catering to the ultra-rich. You get comfort stations stocked with Casamigos tequila and candy free for members at any time, in addition to a golf course. There are no tee times, so you play when you want. Security is a top priority, with gates that keep the paparazzi miles away. Homes here start in the multi-millions and climb rapidly, while often selling before they are even listed. This creates a social bubble where a tech founder can have a drink with a country music legend without anyone asking for a selfie. It is the modern country club on steroids. The list of residents reads like a directory of American entertainment and business. Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel bought over 100 acres in the nearby village of Leaper's Fork to escape the Hollywood glare. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban have long called this area home, which proves you can be an A-lister without living in Beverly Hills. The new wave is different. In-N-Out Burger heiress Lindsay Snyder confirmed her move to the area, bringing her family and business plans with her. Rumors swirl constantly about Elon Musk and other tech titans viewing estates, though they often hide behind LLCs. The appeal for all of them is privacy. Locals in Franklin are known for leaving celebrities alone. There is an unwritten rule that you do not stare or ask for an autograph while they are buying coffee. $10 million in Los Angeles might get you a nice house on a quarter-acre lot where your neighbor can see into your pool. That same money buys you an empire in Williamson County. The wealthy are buying distance rather than just homes. These estates span 50 or even 200 acres. This allows them to build compounds with private gates and security outposts, along with enough land to ride horses or drive ATVs without ever leaving their property. The rolling hills and dense tree lines of Tennessee provide natural privacy screens that the flat streets of Beverly Hills never could. These green hills offer true isolation for someone used to living in a fishbowl. They are trading ocean views for the luxury of being completely unreachable. Headquarters follow where the CEOs go. This is a corporate restructuring rather than just a residential trend. Oracle is building a massive campus in Nashville that brings thousands of high-paying tech jobs. Mitsubishi moved its North American headquarters to Franklin years ago, and Daily Wire moved its entire media operation here. The logic is simple because the company moves to Tennessee if the boss wants to live in Franklin to save on taxes. This creates a self-reinforcing cycle. The arrival of these companies brings high-level executives and lawyers who all need luxury housing in Williamson County. It transforms the local economy from a bedroom community into a power center. Wall Street South is becoming a reality, with asset management firms opening satellite offices in Brentwood. The political dimension of this migration is also clear. Taxes are the headline, but values are the subtext. Many of these new arrivals are fleeing what they perceive as the dysfunction of blue states. They are seeking a place where law and order feels prioritized, and business regulations are light. Tennessee offers a conservative governance style that appeals to wealthy individuals tired of California's progressive policies on crime and homelessness. The police in Franklin are well-funded, and public camping is non-existent. It is a law and order paradise. Sociologists call this the big sort, where Americans cluster into communities that match their political and social views. Franklin feels like returning to a version of America they thought was lost for the wealthy conservative leaving the West Coast. Rich parents have one non-negotiable requirement in elite education. Williamson County checks this box harder than almost anywhere else in the South. The public schools here are so well-funded and high-performing that they compete with private academies. The private options are the draw for the ultra-wealthy. Schools like Battleground Academy or Brentwood Academy offer the kind of facilities usually found at small colleges. Students have access to robotics labs and professional-grade theaters, along with athletic programs that feed directly into D1 universities. Private school culture in California is intense and political. The pitch here offers traditional education with high standards and a wholesome environment. It allows wealthy parents to give their kids a normal childhood while still ensuring they get into the Ivy League. 5 years ago, you couldn't find a decent sushi roll in Franklin at 10 p.m., but that has changed. The amenities upgraded as the wealth arrived. We now see high-end steakhouses and members-only cigar bars lining the streets. The Soho House in nearby Nashville caters to the creative elite and provides a familiar touchstone for those missing Los Angeles. The private airport usage at nearby regional fields has skyrocketed. You can land at Gulfstream and be at your estate in 15 minutes. This infrastructure is key. Billionaires want the country life, but they refuse to give up city conveniences. They want the crickets and the stars, but they also want a dry-aged ribeye and a sommelier. Franklin has adapted to give them both. Austin, Texas was the default destination for the California exodus for years. The appeal of Texas has faded for many by 2026. Austin became crowded and started dealing with many of the same urban issues as San Francisco. Tennessee offers a different value proposition. It is greener in both environment and money. The terrain is lush rather than arid. The vibe is more old money quiet than new tech loud. Franklin feels established, even as Austin feels like a boomtown struggling to keep up. The property taxes in Texas are also notoriously high to make up for the lack of income tax. Property taxes remain comparatively low in Tennessee. That difference in tax rates saves millions over a decade for a billionaire holding $50 million in real estate. This influx of gold comes with a heavy price tag for the people who are already here. The Franklin that attracted the billionaires is slowly disappearing because of them. Housing prices have exploded. A modest three-bedroom home that cost $400,000 a few years ago now lists for over $1 million. Teachers and police officers are being priced out of their own community. Traffic on the two-lane country roads is becoming a daily nightmare. There is a growing tension between the old Franklin families who have been here for generations and the new money arrivals building walls around their estates. The charm is being commodified, and many locals feel like extras in a movie about their own town. Markets move in cycles, and real estate is no exception. Some analysts are asking if Williamson County is overheated by 2026. Prices have risen so fast that they are starting to rival the coastal cities people left. Franklin might lose its appeal if it becomes as expensive as Orange County. There is also the infrastructure wall. The roads and water systems are straining under the weight of rapid expansion. The billionaires might simply pack up and move to the next undiscovered paradise if the quality of life dips. Money is loyal only to itself. The graph is pointing up right now, but every boomtown eventually faces a reckoning. Franklin must determine if it can manage its growth or if it will choke on its own success. The data suggests this is a permanent realignment of American wealth, despite the risks. The era of the coastal monopoly on power is over. Places like Franklin, Tennessee represent the rise of the American interior, which serves as a zone of safety and traditional living that drains the lifeblood from New York and California. Geography matters less than policy, with remote work remaining a viable option for the elite. The moving trucks will keep coming as long as California threatens wealth taxes and Tennessee protects capital. We are witnessing the creation of a new kind of power center that is hidden behind rolling hills and quietly accumulating the fortune of a nation. The migration to Franklin tells us that the American dream has changed. It used to be about making it in the big city under the bright lights. The dream is about disengaging for the people who have already succeeded. It is about buying a piece of land where the government leaves you alone and the world feels manageable again. Franklin is the physical manifestation of that desire. It is a golden parachute for those who won the game of capitalism and now just want to enjoy the prize. The billionaires are fleeing the chaos of modern society rather than just California, and they are willing to pay any price for peace. The transformation of Franklin from a sleepy suburb to a billionaire sanctuary is a signal of where America is heading rather than just real estate news. Wealth is mobile, and it is moving to where it is treated best. The new residents settle into their gated hills, secure in their tax-free haven, while the locals grapple with the changes. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay ahead of these massive shifts in where money flows. We'll see you in the next one.